Is there a right to do with my own brain what I want to do? Let's take the issue of cognitive enhancement. Let's suppose they are available, whether a smart pill or a way genetically of re-engineering my cognition to improve it, to make me smarter. Never mind my children for the moment. How many think I should have the right to do that? Raise your hands. The right to cognitive enhancement of oneself. How many are against there being such a right? All right, now let's hear what are the objections. Who's against it? Yes.
Hello, my name is Celestine. I think it's really weird. For example, I'm learning Italian now, and it's really a struggle for me.
Yeah.
So if I have the right to make myself smarter, I can learn everything at any moment. That would be great.
Italian, Spanish, yes. French, Mandarin. Why
yes,
not?
It would be a great opportunity. But
okay.
The whole world is then can learn everything. And what
you won't have to study Italian
yes,
so hard.
What is the value of studying Italian, of studying
right.
mathematics, if
right.
I just can have a pill and know everything?
Okay.
All values will be gone.
And what's your name again?
Celestine.
Celestine.
Yes.
So Celestine says she's struggling to learn Italian. She's not finding it easy.
Yes.
But she sees some value in the struggle, right?
Yeah, I see value when I'm getting there, when I'm really talking Italian in one moment. That's my...
You feel a sense of satisfaction and achievement.
Yeah. Yes.
And you think that if instead of using a CD to learn Italian, mm-hmm. you used an Italian pill, a pill to learn Italian,
yes.
without having to struggle with the CD and repeating the phrases, mm-hmm. you would feel less satisfied when you mastered Italian?
Yes, not satisfied at all. And I...
But it would be easier. You would speak Italian better, quicker.
Well, yes,
you could fly to Florence tomorrow and speak like a native. Why would that be bad?
It would be bad because there's no respect. For example, I respect you because you're a philosopher, and I respect being people philosopher. But if it were just a pill you took, and that's why you're like this, I would think, I can be like that too. I can be like a super sportsman. I can be anything I want.
A Plato pill. You think
yes,
you wouldn't respect me if I had
pill.
taken a Plato pill.
It would be very weird if you
It would be weird.
a Plato pill.
But would it be wrong? Do you think it's character building to struggle to learn a language?
Otherwise I just can lie in the sun and everything comes to me because I just take the pills.
Okay, that's really good. What's your name again?
Celestine.
Celestine.
Yes.
I'm struggling to learn Dutch names.
It's a French name.
A French name. Celestine. Yeah. Oh, then I understand it like that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. Thank you. All right, stay there. Let's stay with the example, the concrete example of learning a language. Is there anyone who disagrees, who wants to make the case for the genetic or the pharmacological quick fix to language learning? Who thinks that would actually be a good thing rather than a bad thing?
Hello, I'm Sander, and I think it's a good thing because you are satisfied if you learn hard. But what if you don't even like the struggle? If you don't, when I have to learn for a test, I don't like that I sit for my desk for 3 hours and I get a C.
Then you're a really lazy person, maybe.
Oh, that's a little bit harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
And so, all right, let's bring in someone else. Go ahead. What would you say? Stand up and tell us your name.
My name is Jan. Well, the pill wouldn't make you infinitely smarter. I don't know if that's an example, but you would get a lot smarter. So you could only set your sights higher.
Right.
So you could still struggle, but the struggle would be a lot more productive. Interesting.
So there'd be plenty of struggle left over even once you mastered Italian.
Yeah, you couldn't.
You'd still have to read Machiavelli in the original.
Yeah.
And that might be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. So if if the pill is only for language,
Right.
okay. But if it's to make you more intelligent,
Right.
you could just study hours for something incredibly hard, which you could never do if you didn't have the pill.
Right. So there will be plenty of struggle left,
Yeah.
even if we can learn any and all languages we want simply by going to our pharmacy down the street.
Yeah.
Yes.
My name is Tarek. The instant satisfaction pill, which allows us to speak every language on the globe, would make the globe itself a bit less interesting.
Less interesting.
Yes, for me as a human being.
Do you think that there's something important
In connection and interaction in ways which you wasn't aware that you could have with other human beings? Yes, I do.
But I think you're making a stronger, more radical suggestion, which is that the possibility of misunderstanding,
Creates different relationships between human beings, yes.
and that can be a good thing?
For the imperfect human beings we are at this moment, it's perfect, yes.
Why? Tell us
Well,
why.
it creates understanding, compassion, insights.
But what
which
you're
you
saying
couldn't
is
be-
certain misunderstandings contribute to human relationships.
if we would have understood, or if we at this specific moment would understand you 100%, I think you as a speaker would be less interesting.
And so you're suggesting that for there to be genuine dialogue, there has always to be, hovering over that dialogue, the possibility of misunderstanding.
Yes. Well, to give it in a language perspective, I'm from Moroccan origin, and one of the greatest benefits of Moroccans is that they're in Spain and Portugal, and in France, and in Belgium, and in Holland. And every time I'm on a holiday in Spain, France, or whatever, I always people start talking to me. Well, for Paris, for example, in French, and my French is lousy, so I have to explain that I'm not, French. And they go like, "No, c'est pas vrai."
Yeah.
Donc, ouais, c'est hollandais. No, no, no. T'es pas hollandais, toi.
You have to explain.
And I have to explain, no, I'm not really Dutch. I'm Moroccan, living in Holland, but that's why I don't speak. Oh, so you're not from here. And only in those small, perhaps, silly examples.
They're not
creates-
silly, though.
had enriched my life, well, at least my holidays, more than once.
So the need to explain, that's good. So the need to explain ourselves forces us to tell stories.
More about ourselves makes us more individual, makes us more in direct contact and having, sincere conversations with our
Right.
counterpart.
And so narrative, the need to tell stories, the need to explain ourselves, to make sense of who we are, might be lost or flattened or diminished if we were transparent to one another.
Well, I'm not sure if we would be completely lost, but I think we would have less questions to ask each other because we perfectly understand each other from the first moment.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So we have two very different, very interesting arguments against the Italian pill or even the Plato pill. One to do with overriding effort and striving, the character argument. The other to do with flattening the human experience that draws upon the need to explain ourselves, to overcome confusion, and to tell our stories, to make sense of ourselves to one another.